Now Joe Burrow might come back in a couple weeks.
I bought him for $12.
It's not a bad one to have. You could have bought him for nothing.
Nobody else bid on him.
That really sucks.
10.25 on Woody Marks. Nobody bid. And there's another one I bid that nobody bid. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast. Today, brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. I am the one and only Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shea.
November 13th. Today's my day. Do you believe in free... This is kind of free speech. You're a free speech advocate, I assume. I hope. What about as far as like literature is concerned?
Well, I believe that you should be able to write what you want and be able to say what you want. I think that anything you do has repercussions.
What about in schools? Do you think that we should monitor books in schools?
I don't know what you're even getting at, but if there is something in school, in elementary kids stuff, that's got anything to do with anything sexual, heterosexual, homosexual, whatever, there's no sense to have it in a school to kids up to 6th grade.
Okay. What about different forms of government? Do you think that should be policed out of schools?
Teaching the differences or just having books like
having books?
I don't think we should have. Okay.
Should we have Mein Kampf in schools? Should that be allowed?
Not in elementary schools, no.
Okay. Should it be allowed in junior high or high school? Mein Kampf.
High school, yeah.
So you're okay with that?
Kids got to learn the different. Yeah, I did.
What about a book from communist China?
In high school, kids need to be educated to see the differences in the world. Yes.
Okay.
Just like the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very anti-Muslim because I think they're killing our country.
Okay.
But I think that kids in high school should be able to make decisions. Now, I don't think a teacher should be getting up teaching the Quran. But I also don't think you should be teaching the Bible in school either. I think that a school should be a place to learn, and I think you could learn the differences between the Bible and the Quran, but I don't think we need to have any preaching. Probably not a place for it anyways in there. Because I don't think there's a place for the Bible in the school. I think prayers in school are great, but I don't want my kids being subject to having to bow on a carpet in the morning at 6 o'clock or whatever it is.
Right.
So I know I'm all over the place on this one, but I think that we should censor some things that kids read up until they're in high school. But once you get to high school, I think a kid should be able to read more. I read a lot of stuff. I read 1984. I mean, I read a lot of things though that, but some people could misconstrue that they should be reading that.
Do you think Robin Hood should be taken off of the bookshelves in public libraries and school libraries?
Well, that's a fable.
Well, in 1953.
Hold on before you get this. Is that a fable?
Robin Hood?
Yes.
I think it's I don't know that there's any historical.
I mean, Pinocchio, it's fable. It's fake.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any factual evidence to support Robin Hood. But anyway, with the Red Scare going on in 1953, Mrs. Thomas J. White of the Indiana Textbook Commission calls for the removal of the Robin Hood book from textbooks used by state schools. Mrs. White claimed that there were communist directives in education now to stress the story of Robin Hood because he robbed the rich and gave it to the poor. That is a communist line. It's just a smearing of law and order, and anything that disrupts law and order is their meat. She also went on to attack the Quakers because they did not believe in fighting wars, which is also communist. Plays right into the communist hand, she says. Though she later stated that she never argued for the removal of textbooks mentioning the story from school textbooks, she continued to claim that the take from the rich, give to the poor was a communist favorite policy. Reacting to criticisms of her stance, she countered that, because I'm trying to get communist writers out of textbooks, my name is mud. Evidently, I'm drawing blood, or they wouldn't make such an issue of it. Indiana Governor George Craig came to the defense of the Quakers, but backed away from getting involved in the textbook issue. The state superintendent of education went so far as to reread the book before deciding that it should not be banned. However, he did feel that the communists have gone to work twisting the meaning of the Robin Hood legend. The Indianapolis superintendent of schools also did not want the book banned, claiming that he could not find anything particularly subversive about the story. In the Soviet Union, commentators had a field day with the story. One joked that enrollment of Robin Hood in the Communist Party can only make sensible people laugh. The current sheriff of Nottingham was appalled, crying, "Robin Hood was no communist." So maybe there is some historical backings of Robin Hood.
There's been some modern day and even back in the day Robin Hood, but it's a story. Yeah. I think it's been glamorized and made more. You know what I'm saying?
As silly as the episode seemed in retrospect, the attacks on freedom of expression during the Red Scare in the United States resulted in a number of books being banned from public libraries and schools during the 50s and 60s because of their supportedly subversive context. Such well-known books as John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath. I hadn't read that, so I don't know what that's about. Johnny's Got His Gun by Dalton Trumbo were some of the others that were pulled.
Those are two books I've never read.
From the shelves. Hollywood films also felt pressure to conform to the subtly all-American themes and stories, and rock and roll music was decried by some communists, communist inspired. So,
that's why the FBI was working with Walt Disney.
When people are scared, man, when people are scared. I got a little bonus event that happened today. This happened north of Oklahoma City.
Okay.
1974.
Would this have been when the guy blew up the 18-wheeler?
No.
Okay. Give me another hint.
This is a woman.
North of Oklahoma City.
Crescent, Oklahoma.
Okay.
At the plutonium plant.
She blew up the plutonium plant.
Kerr-McGee Corporation.
Yeah, blew up. Had an explosion.
No.
People got sick.
This lady.
Oh, is this Aaron Brockovich?
No.
That was in California.
No, that drinking water. This woman died in a car crash. So in September, she had complained to the Atomic Energy Commission about unsafe conditions at the plant. A week before her death, plant monitors had found that she was contaminated with radioactivity. The night she died, she was on her way to a meeting with union reps, and a reporter from the New York Times reportedly with a folder full of documents that proved that the Kerr-McGee was acting negligently when it came to worker safety at the plant. However, no such folder was found in the wreckage of her car.
She's murdered.
On the night of November 5th, Karen Silkwood was polishing plutonium pellets that would be used to make fuel rods for a breeder reactor nuclear power plant. At about 6:30, an alpha detector mounted on her glove box, the piece of equipment that was supposed to protect her from exposure to radioactivity materials, sounded the alarm. According to the machine, her right arm was covered in plutonium. Further tests revealed that the plutonium had come from inside of her gloves. The only part of her hand that made contact. So it was inside of her glove somehow. Plant doctors monitored her for the next few days, and they found that her urine and feces samples were heavily contaminated with radioactivity, as was the apartment she shared with another plant worker. No one could say why or how alpha activity had gotten there. In fact, measurements after her death indicated that Silkwood had ingested the plutonium somehow. Again, no one knew how. After work on November 13th, Silkwood went to a union meeting before heading home in her white Honda. Soon, police were summoned to the scene of an accident along Oklahoma State Highway 74. Silkwood had somehow crashed into the concrete culvert. She was dead by the time help arrived. An autopsy revealed that she had taken a large dose of Quaaludes before she died. I heard those are hell of a drugs. You can't find them anymore, which would have likely made her doze off at the wheel. However, an accident investigator found skid marks and a suspicious dent on the back of her Honda bumper, indicating that a second car had forced Silkwood off of the road. Silkwood's father sued Kerr and McGee, and the company eventually settled for $1.3 million minus legal fees. Kerr McGee closed the Crescent plant in 1979, just 5 years after Karen Silkwood died in a mysterious one-car crash.
You know, there's a movie about her.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Cher was in it.
Huh.
Pretty sure it's called Silkwood.
Oh.
I'm 100% on this one. I'm 99.999%. I'm gonna look it up, but I'm pretty sure that Cher plays her in a movie.
Never heard of it.
Silkwood, the movie, directed by Mike Nichols, 1983. Let's see what we can get over here. Overview of it. The drama is based on the true story of Karen Silkwood. Meryl Streep played in it, who works at a nuclear facility along with her boyfriend Kurt Russell.
Might have to check it out.
And the roommate Cher, roommate Dolly is Cher. When Karen becomes concerned about safety, that's exactly. I knew that. You kept talking, and I got it and Aaron Brockovich mixed up, but it's the same kind of deal.
Yeah, Aaron Brockovich is drinking water. Okay, my guy that was born today, we'll go through really quickly because this is running long. Played Leonidas in 300.
Russell Crowe.
Nope.
The other
That's
guy.
Gladiator.
God, what's his name?
He also
He plays in the Ship movie.
Shit movie.
Ship, where like the Bounty or something, when they're like he's a ship captain in the 1700s, I think, or I've got Russell Crowe again mixed up.
Yep. He was.
Is he in Black Hawk or The White House Has Fallen or?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Jared Butler.
Jared Butler. I thought, who played in the movie about the bounty on the ship or something?
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
Now I gotta look it up now. Go ahead.
Gerard Butler was born in he's Scotland. Born in Paisley, Scotland, November 13th, 1969. He's a lawyer. Graduated from law school in Edinburgh, and realized that was not at all what he wanted to do. So he goes to Paris, tries to break through in acting, has a tough time there. So he does what every up-and-coming actor does, and he starts waiting tables and learning his craft. He got his first big role was Phantom of the Opera. He played the Phantom. And then the big role that put him everywhere was when he played King Leonidas in 300. And everybody wanted to look like Gerard Butler in 300. He's gone on, like you said, he's done the White House Has Fallen.
He's got some good movies.
A bunch of that stuff. How to Train Your Dragon, which is probably where he's made more of his money than anything. Olympus Has Fallen, not White House Has Fallen.
Master and Commander.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of that.
Good show.
Yeah, it was all right. So anyway, spent some time in California in his early 20s trying to get through, and basically all he did was party and get drunk there. Got arrested a couple times for drunk and disorderly. You know, those fucking Scottish, man, they come over here and just party.
London Has Fallen is a really good show too.
Yeah, all of
those are good movies.
All of those have fallen.
That and the ones with Denzel Washington. What's it called?
Equalizer.
Those are really good too.
Yep. All right, my guy that died today nickname was Latino Heat.
Ricky Martin.
No. He's a wrestler. Latino Heat.
Nacho Libre.
No, a real wrestler.
I know. I'm trying. A Mexican wrestler. I don't have a clue. I don't watch wrestling.
Eddie Guerrero.
I kind of remember him.
Yep, Eddie Guerrero. Born in El Paso. He went to the University of New Mexico, where he was a collegiate wrestler. And then he went down to Mexico to study, I don't want to say fake professional wrestling. How about that? He did win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I think he beat Triple H.
Did he win it, or was he appointed that?
It was his turn to be the man. He made his debut on January 31st, 2000 with Jericho, some other people. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, wins the WWE Championship, appointed it, whatever. Him and China had a little thing, and that's kind of what the people bought into that storyline, and that kind of catapulted him. He was found dead in his hotel room at the age of 38 in Minneapolis. I'm pretty sure. Let me scroll down here. Yes, Minneapolis.
Suicide or drug overdose?
Heart attack. Heart attack due to drugs, alcohol, and everything else. But yeah, he had a heart attack. His nephew found him passed out in the hotel bathroom with a toothbrush in his hand and the water running. He was alive whenever they discovered him. Upon the ambulance arrival at the scene, he was pronounced dead at the age of 38. So, R.I.P. Chris Jericho. That's all I got. That's November 13th. Everybody have a great day.
Peace. Goodbye.